Why would we want to be FSC certified? What does that do? What does that
Well, I
help us
think
with?
first of all, you can make that statement, right, to promote those claims, and then other opportunities of bringing out other to support your conservation.
I think it's really about branding what you're doing so well, and it's just sort of the right thing to do, I think.
It provides value.
Okay. Should be my last question.
My first question is, why did you decide to come as a delegation to our council?
I started to see the value in forests besides cutting trees, to do the right thing around forestry, so that's why we're here.
Do you feel our forest practices in North Cowichan are not up to snuff?
Here, no, I think your practices are of high level, and I think they're very well aligned with the FSC principles and criteria. I don't see any major challenges with becoming certified. You've done a lot of the stakeholder engagement process, obviously, VC and 3 Green Tree and your analysis and your scenario planning.
Can you elaborate on how many forest executives on your economic chamber, part of your economic chamber?
The economic chamber is the largest chamber for FSC Canada.
But it's really about, if you get a change of a council or change of mayor, if you have that high-level certification, it kind of just cements what you're doing there for future generations, rather than leaving a forest to the political whims of a lot of different elements that we'll try and get in there. And that's the beauty of it. So when you retire from the council, you can say, well, we got a pretty good idea that the work that we did is going to stay. That's the beauty of what
Yeah,
we're
but the
trying
future councils can also decide to not be part of your association.
Sure, they could.
Yeah, anyone can make that decision.
But why would you?
Well, we don't know yet.
And we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
One last. Was certification, reduction in cost certification part of to certify with your organization?
To get certified, you have to go through a certification body, and that is your sole cost, is your auditing cost, apart from getting up to speed and ready for the audit. And that happens every year. You have an annual audit cost, and there's also an accreditation fee you pay back to FSC, and that's what funds FSC.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I do have a couple questions. What would be the cost of certification for, say, our municipal forest reserve?
In the neighborhood of $7,500 to $10,000 for the first initial audit. There's other opportunities for media around FSC too. We're engaging in a media release for Haida Gwaii to promote the media, promote the practices of Haida Gwaii. You know, that we'll go out all around the world. So there's opportunities for social media as well with FSC. An industrial activity forest generally, wouldn't make the cut for FSC, but they'd have a 15 to 20, 30% reduction in the harvest levels. You know.
My perspective is, given our municipal forester and the skill set he has and what he's been doing in our forests over the last several years, and the species at risk report and looking at the biodiversity of our forests, my view is that two things. One, I think your presentation might be premature given our review of the MFR currently, but two, I think we already hit every single one of your requirements, and since we aren't a huge forest and we're not out there marketing our wood around the world, we're picking and choosing when we harvest and where we harvest and who we sell to. So I think we already hit all your marks, and I'm not sure if our MFR requires an FSC, and I just don't know if an FSC certification helps us or not.
FSC standard is the third-party accreditation that puts the actual accountability. Anybody can claim they're the best at something. We can say world's greatest dad or whatever title we want. And there's a Tommy boy saying about grade A meat and a butcher, but I won't use that anecdote here. It was a pretty funny one.
But before I decide to keep my business with your place, I'd have to come by and have a look at your new operation.
Hey, I tell you what, you can take a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head up there, but wouldn't you rather take his word for it?
What? I'm failing to make the connection here, son.
No, I mean, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a butcher's ass, but then, no, it's got to be your bull.
Wow.
Here's the deal. If I want you...
You have derailed.
Shut up, Richard.
Just to my understanding, just to clarity then to my question is, harvesting is a possibility and full conservation is a possibility within the spectrum of being accredited.
Absolutely.
Perfect, thank you.
What?
My first question is, why did you decide to come as a delegation to our council?
I started to see the value in forests besides cutting trees,
An industrial activity forest generally, wouldn't make the cut.
Wow. Here's the deal. If I want you...
You have derailed.
Shut up, Richard.
First of all, you can make that statement. There's opportunities for social media as well with FSC.